Now, as we all know, that there are all those different conditions that are labeled as mental illness or disorders and such, and they are different not only because how they are expressed, but also because of how they, on what level of those that I mentioned, they are situated. So if we start with the organic matter, the physical brain, the basic neuropsychiatric conditions, everyone has a neuropsychiatric profile, but when that profile differs enough from standard, from the standard after which the whole world is modeled and built, then they may become problematic, makes it more difficult to function smoothly with the rest of the world, because the rest of the world is not made for you, actually. And here we have those things, might be different parts of the organic matter that's affected, like if it's social skills and this social playing and interacting, that's what characterizes all those things are labeled as autism. Might be in the prefrontal lobe cortex, where we have this executive functioning, the reward system, and attention and stuff. When these parts function differently, we label it ADHD. I'm not sure where Tourette stuff and such are located. That it has to do with physical vocal tics, and some say it's basically ADHD with some typical added expressions, symptoms. I don't know about that. And we also have all these learning disorders like dyslexia and a few others. And the next level is personality, the operating system. And some things may, things do develop differently. Everything is not dictated by the physical brain. There are still many different ways that things may develop more or less healthy. And personality, those things that develop until 20 years of age, when development becomes very different from standard, they may be labeled as personality disorders, as personality syndromes. There are 4 clusters. They're sorted into clusters because of what characterize them, and into each cluster there are 4 syndromes. The most famous should be cluster B, where we have these 4 dramatic, expressive, having to do with interaction and sometimes manipulative behaviors and stuff. We have what used to be called borderline, nowadays emotionally unstable, histrionic, which is very much expressive, living out strong emotional expressions that are not necessarily completely in line with inner life. And now we have antisocial, which is kind of emotional detachment, like a lack of, some say empathy. I won't really say that, but detachment is a better word. That they have learned a way of not being touched emotionally by others. And we have narcissistic personality disorder, which is about, on one hand, a sense of superiority above other humans, and on the other hand, but also feeling inferior, constant need for confirmation from other people that you're great and stuff, and also need for practicing control as a way of feeling, having control in general. And it takes this expression, this path, by taking control over other humans. Now, it's not completely uncomplicated to sort out exactly where a specific condition is situated, because the symptoms may be originating from other levels. What is a cause of how the physical brain works, and what's learned and developed. Anyway, I would say that there is a third level of this too, because those personality things, they are supposed to be developed between birth and up to some 20 years of age, and you don't get yourself sick in borderline at 30 years of age. That's something you have developed earlier in life, whether or not it has expressed itself. The next level, I'd say, is where the actual programming is situated. This is what we call diseases, like depression, schizophrenia, anxiety, I would say obsessive compulsive behaviors. And they might very well be expressed earlier in life, childhood and adolescence, or later on, if you haven't become sick in any of these conditions before 25, then most likely won't be later on. And then there may be discussions about how one is an effect of the other, and if in what ways the neurobiological basic conditions will increase the risk of developing one or the other personality syndrome or some mental health problem. And yeah, I may have theories about such things, but very much of it is matter of debating, so I won't make any deep analysis about that. But one way or the other, there should be some kind of connections. To what degree and exactly how is not that obvious though. And I will most likely return to these subjects too, but I will cut here and let that be a matter all of its own. And until then, fuck me to hell, sweet Jesus.